The European Union has developed into a hub for child pornography. The Commission wants to take action now, but Facebook could undermine the plans. The German Federal Crime Police Office receives most of the evidence of child abuse from the United States. They submitted more than 60,000 reports last year. Investigative proceedings followed in 40,000 cases. This was the only way the German investigators tracked down the huge abuse networks in Bergisch Gladbach and, unfortunately, my hometown of Münster. In America, there's an obligation to report for the internet service providers based there, and a central collection point, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, the NCMEC for short. The European Union is now taking this as an example. It wants to create a reporting obligation and a European Centre itself. This is the core of the new strategy to combat child sexual abuse, which the EU Commission decided on Friday. We need sharper instruments, said Interior Commissioner Ylva Johansson. Next year, we will push ahead with new legislation to require relevant social media and messaging services to detect, report, delete, and report illegal content to the appropriate authorities. The bill is scheduled for the second quarter of 2021. Johansson also proposed a European Centre for the Prevention and Fight Against Child Abuse. It is supposed to collect the reports of all companies that offer their services in the European Union and to summarize them in a database. It will also become a hub for research and prevention expertise. The Commission sees major deficits here. It also has launched infringement proceedings against most member states. They did not manage to transpose a 2011 child abuse directive into national law. The exact mandate, the structures and also the financing of the planned centre will be examined in the coming months, as the Swedish Commissioner announced. The American model NCMEC is formally a non-profit-oriented private institution that is financed with double-digit millions from the federal budget. It was created by Ronald Reagan in 1984 after several cases of child abduction churned the country. Last year, the European Parliament pushed for the creation of a centre for the EU. There are good reasons for it. Over the past 5 years, the EU has become the centre for child pornography sharing, said Johansson. According to the Internet Watch Foundation, 2/3 of child abuse depictions are now available from Europe, particularly in the Netherlands. Last year, more than 700,000 suspected cases related to potential victims and perpetrators in the EU were reported to the American agency. It was about 3 million pictures and 100,000 videos. For comparison, in 2010 there were only, I must say still, 23,000 suspected cases. The numbers have exploded in the current year. In March alone, more than 1 million suspected cases from Europe were reported to the NCMEC. In a study, the EU police authority Europol pointed out the connection. Online demand skyrocketed as more and more member states imposed exit restrictions due to the corona pandemic, and the victims were exposed to the perpetrators without protection. Worldwide, the NCMEC recorded 17 million suspected cases with 70 million images and videos last year. One group alone reported 16 million cases, and that's Facebook. This was mostly material that was exchanged via the Messenger messaging service. The EU Commission recognizes that Facebook is making a special effort to track down illegal content. They believe that other companies have to do a lot better. However, the Messenger service is causing her special stomach aches. Facebook wants to ensure that users will exchange their messages encrypted in the future. Then today's control tools would be ineffective. The NCMEC fears that the number of suspected cases could drop suddenly by up to 2/3. The EU Commission therefore wants to make the Facebook group and all other providers who already work with encryption responsible. It is essential that the industry with its products assumes responsibility for protecting children in line with the EU fundamental rights, including the protection of personal data and privacy, says the strategy paper. The Commission also wants to upgrade Europol's role. The police authority is to become a forum where member states exchange technologies to infiltrate illegal networks. In the future, it should also be allowed to process personal data transmitted by private companies. The Commission intends to propose an expanded mandate for this. Europol has had a cybercrime center since 2014, which has identified 360 abused children and 150 perpetrators in the past 6 years. However, this was only possible if national investigative authorities turned to the Hague institution. And if you now want to know more about European politics from a German point of view, YouTube has chosen another of my videos right here for you in the end screen, right next to your chance to subscribe to my channel. If you do so, please don't forget to click the little bell so you will be notified when I publish a new video. I'll see you in my next video. Click and enjoy. Viel Spaß!